Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my car. If you are wondering why on earth are you watching a video from my car, I have a surprise for you. Actually, I have a number of them. This is pretty simple to explain. This is where I hear a bunch of podcasts. And I thought about doing this a number of times to record what I think about podcasts while driving, because this would be the natural habitat where I would hear the podcasts. But then I went like, oh, but the sound is going to be bad and all of that stuff. Until I heard this podcast called Walk to Work HS, which was kind of kicking the teeth in the whole the sound is going to be bad. So I just recorded it. By the way, Walk to Work HS, you're not off the hook. I'm going to talk about you in some days. But now I want to talk about a couple of guys that are really special to me. So let me give you the whole backstory. So when I started doing videos, I was already listening to a bunch of podcasts. But when I started to record the videos, I also started to get more involved with the community, especially on Twitter. And there was this one guy that was mentioned in a podcast that did some infographics. That fellow, as you will probably easily know, is Nate Wolf. So I followed him on Twitter, and since then I discovered a whole community of people in Wild, and that kind of grew even more when I met Craig of Canada. Speaking of which, I do know how to spell Canada. So these two fine Hearthstone players and human beings have got this podcast called Into the Wild HS, which is becoming really quickly my favorite podcast. So what can I say? The Discord server of Into the Wild HS kind of became my Discord home. Nate's Facebook group, where the Wild Things Are, kind of became my Facebook home for my videos. Almost, I would say that most of the people that I've met online since I created the Twitter account, and I started to listen to Into the Wild. Most of the community that I kind of hang out now online came from these two guys. And Craig, I love you, man, but especially from Nate. So I've been getting so much love from the community and from the people that watch the videos and from the people that I meet, that I kind of wanted to give back and to start to talk about the community. And I could not have picked two better people than Craig and Nate, and no better podcast than Into the Wild. So guys, thank you for your work. I think the best compliment that I can give you is that when I'm listening to your podcast, I feel represented. I think that's pretty meaningful. I think you guys are doing a great job, and if you are into podcasts, if you are into Wild and you don't know the podcast Into the Wild, then you will find the links in the description of this video, and if you need help catching up in your podcatcher, just let me know. Follow these guys, hear the podcast, embrace the Wild community, because we are pretty cool. So until I post another video with a game, and hopefully I'm not driving, or until I speak about some other podcast or some YouTube channel that I follow. Until then, beautiful people of the wild, bye bye.